And we're black.
Hello. Good to see you again.
Carl Gilliard.
Latonya Gilliard.
And I've got on my Spartan hat because guess what? March Madness!
Oh, gosh. Well, we have been away for a while, and we are back, and we've just been so busy.
Busy.
Thank goodness, though. Thank goodness. Yay, good things happening.
So the wife wanted to talk about something. This has been burning inside her about friends. That was kind of like an off pitch.
Well, not burning, but it does get to me. This is about when a couple breaks up or divorces, their circle of friends, the way they act.
Yes.
So, I've seen it too many times where a couple gets divorced and then the friends start picking which one they want to support or talk to more or totally diss the other one. That is just so uncool. It is not cool at all.
It's very painful too, but let me just say this about that. Now, it's not always on the friend.
What do you mean?
Okay, because, look, okay, when you get a divorce, when you get a divorce, you know, it's up to the divorcing people to give the tribe, the family, the freedom to be friends with both. Now, it's very natural for you to gravitate one to the other. Maybe you were friends with one and then you came into that friendship based on the marriage, or sometimes even in my case, there were actually several female friends who I had.
Friends first.
They were my friends first.
Yeah.
And they just naturally kind of gravitated to my ex-wife. That happens also. You know what I'm saying? There's actually a couple of her friends who are now my friends. So, I mean, that happens. But the bottom line is that don't pile on to a divorce or take sides if you don't have to.
Yeah, and it helps too if, well, the couple that splits up, it would be wonderful if they remained friends. Yeah. If it was amicable. You know, where one is just like, oh, and you tell them, oh, I'm so sorry, and this and that, and they're like, you know, it's okay, you know, it just didn't work out, but we're still friends. Then most people are like, you know, when they see both of you in separate places, they're okay. Because one's not saying, oh, child, he did this, he did that, and I ain't talking to him no more, and you can talk to him if you want to, but You know, you make it uncomfortable, and you make people choose sides, you know, because a lot of people don't really know from the beginning sometimes how to be a real, true friend.
Well, you know.
So, no, but seriously, because if you love both of them, no matter what broke them up, no matter, even if they hate each other, they can't stand each other. If they were both my friends, I'm still going to be like, okay, I don't know what happened. You know, I love both of you, but that is a human trait. I had that situation. And I did have a friend who was my friend first. I kind of was like leaning towards him because of the hurt. And, you know, the other person, I'm like, yeah, okay. I know one side. And unfortunately, you know, I kind of took that side first so I could see what was going on. And then later I was just like, okay, well, I know this. But no, I still love this other person too. So, you know, I got to, you know, make sure I come correct and talk to him, you know. But that's maturity. If you can, you know, you go through those little snags, but maturity brings you back to being a friend.
The thing about it too, maturity. When you go through a divorce, some of you who have been through them, I don't care how cool you are.
It's not fun.
It is painful. The last thing that needs to happen is for the friends and the tribe and family to pile on. Yeah. I mean, I acted a little crazy. I lost a lot of weight.
Yeah. I saw pictures.
Don't judge me.
He lost a lot of weight. Anyway,
I'm back and I'm black. Blacker than ever before.
Yeah.
But the point is that don't pile on. And one thing that, in spite of all that I went through, I never told one person, not one person at any point in time, to not speak or not have fellowship with my ex. I never did that. Now, I did tell some brothers, some who may see this video right now, who I don't care. You know who you are. I did tell some brothers who were trying to, shall we say, get cozy, get horizontal, do the bacheezy and squeezy with the ex. I said, no, don't do that. If you do, we got an issue. But other than that, you can like her pictures, you can call it beautiful, but don't.
That's that whole man code thing. That's another movie.
I didn't have a problem with that.
Yeah, because I
Now,
didn't
you
care.
have a problem with it.
I don't have a problem with it.
You're in a whole
Well, it's
other
because my ex and I are real good friends still.
Right.
You know,
Yeah, you
there's
guys are
children
good.
involved
Right.
too. So no, we're fine. I didn't go tell anybody. You know, you can't talk to him. That's dumb. That's just not the type of person I am. That's dumb.
Yes.
But anyway,
But, you know,
be a real friend. You know, when you see two people going through something, don't add fire to the pain that's already there by shutting one person away. I mean, really, literally not speaking to that person when you see them, acting really unkind and really just nasty.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so just be nice. Kindness goes a long way when
I
two people break up.
have a friend, a married couple, who I ain't gonna name them, but they know who they are. Whenever they would give a party or a gathering at their place, they would invite both of us and then tell the other that they invited the other.
So you can decide if you
And we could decide whether we want to go or not. See, they actually rose above the fray, no matter what we were going through. And we said, hey, you know what? And I really appreciated that.
Because they love both of you.
Yeah, and I had other friends who basically just invited me from things. And, and these are people who
unfriend you
really,
on Facebook,
really
block you.
painful for me. But I had to, again, in that case, also rise above it and say, well, look, they're doing the best they can, and they may be empathizing with my ex to make her feel better.
Right.
Which I didn't get, but
which means they didn't know both sides of the story.
I had to let that
Which means they
go.
probably believed some hype or some lies or something that they didn't verify
maybe
themselves.
Or maybe not. Maybe
no,
they
because
felt,
when you have two people,
right,
and you can think about it, if you diss one and cling to the other one, it's because, and you don't talk to the other one to find out the truth. No, it's because you have believed what one has told you. And sided with it. You totally believed it, whether it was a lie or not. You don't even care if it was a lie.
Okay, or
you didn't like the other person to begin with.
Well, that could be true too. or perhaps like they empathize with, maybe they see the pain that the other's going through, and they say, well, you know what, I don't want to hurt her by inviting the ex-husband, even though he's my friend. I don't want to hurt her. And you make a choice.
Which means, but you don't care if you hurt the other one either, though.
Yeah, because I'm a guy. Who cares about hurting the guy? Come on.
Yeah, men don't have feelings.
We don't have feelings.
Mm-mm.
So,
then that's it.
Oh, that's all.
We're done. That's what we wanted to talk
about.
I don't want to make this too long because we could. But thank you so much, and we'll be around.
Thanks for checking in to another episode of Conversations with Carl and Latonya.
Yes.
And I'm Carl.
And I'm Latonya.
Yes, you are.
And we love you.
Peace.
Bye.
2 fingers. We out.